The Last Lesson is a short story written by Alphonse Daudet. It is set in a small French village called Frépillon during the Franco-Prussian War. The story revolves around a young boy named Franz who is worried about his French lesson as it is his last day of school. The theme of the story revolves around the importance of language and how it is a crucial part of a person's identity. The story begins with Franz being upset about having to go to school on a beautiful day when he could be outside enjoying the weather. However, when he reaches the school, he realizes that it is not going to be an ordinary day. The German soldiers have taken over the village, and the French language is banned. The last lesson that Franz was so worried about is now going to be taught in German. Franz and his classmates are devastated by this news, especially when they realize that their elderly French teacher, Monsieur Hamel, will be conducting the lesson. Monsieur Hamel is known for his strictness, but he is also deeply patriotic and loves the French language. When he begins the lesson, Franz realizes for the first time the true beauty and depth of the French language. He is filled with regret for not paying more attention to his French lessons and for taking his language for granted. As the lesson progresses, Monsieur Hamel becomes increasingly emotional, and Franz realizes that this is his last chance to learn from a great teacher. He begins to understand the importance of the French language and how it is a part of his identity as a French citizen. The lesson ends with Monsieur Hamel giving a moving speech about the importance of the French language and how it is something that should be cherished and protected. The story ends with Franz walking out of the classroom, still lost in thought, and feeling a deep sense of regret for not paying attention to his French lessons. He realizes that he may never have the opportunity to learn his language again, and that it is something he will always cherish and hold dear. Overall, The Last Lesson is a moving story about the importance of language, especially during times of war and conflict. It shows us how language is not just a means of communication, but it is also a part of our identity and heritage. The story also highlights the importance of education and how we should never take it for granted.